Was it? Yeah. Alrighty. See, I believe the stream is going live. Let's see, alrighty, we're live. So go ahead and queue up. Hi, can you guys see the stream out there? Excellent, sounds good. So my name is Andy Salisbury. I'm the community manager here at Monolith Productions, and we just wanted to stream some gameplay today for Guardians of Middle-earth. We've got our handsome play balance team who's going to be assisting. They are much better at the game than I am. So additionally, if you have any requests, any questions, any Guardians you want to see us play, if we can do it, by all means let us know. So I know I saw some stuff for both Felgrim and Ori. So if Jeff, you want to, looks like he's hopping over to Felgrim, and he plays a mean Felgrim as well. So I'll try and keep you guys posted on what's going on as best I can. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, by all means feel free to let us know. This is all about letting you guys ask us whatever you can, and us giving you what information we can prior to the game going live. So we will do Ori next round. And I see another one for Eowyn. So we've got a lot of Ori. Lots of Ori, okay. So we're going to go Felgrim this round. Let's go through this. Enemies will burn. Yeah, Eowyn's awesome. That is a lot of faces. And hey, Mr. Destructoid. Alrighty, we got the first game loading up, so let's see. Oh, we got a request for Witch King as well. He's pretty beastly. He's a lot of fun. There is a shop in the game. It is outside of the round, so there's no more in-game shop. Killing soldiers will only give you XP. They won't actually give you gold in the game, and you create all your loadouts, all your potions, you know, your relics and everything before you actually get into the game.
Shrine control.
So it looks like he's getting ready for an adventure over here, and there's a pretty big throwdown going down here for this top shrine. So the shrines in Guardians of Monolith, there's one at the very top, one at the very bottom, and then two roughly in the middle. The one at the very top and bottom will provide your team, your entire team, with 2 hit points per second of regeneration. So it's not going to prevent you from dying or anything crazy like that, but it will let you get into the fight that much faster, which is really of the utmost importance. And pardon me, the 2 in the middle will give you 5% resistance. So that's something that if you have both of them, that's 10%. That can really make a difference, especially if you've got a big team fight going down. So the belt, actually, we're going to be able to explain that a lot better in an upcoming MOBA Mastery video. But essentially, it will let you get relics and gems. So you can place gems inside of a relic, and they will basically, you know, combine together to give you some pretty substantial buffs as you level up. But again, stay tuned. It's in an upcoming episode of MOBA Mastery that we're really excited to show you guys. Why did he choose the explosive orc? Well, this is Felgrim, and it was requested, so.
Enemies have drawn first blood.
So yeah, apologies. The resolution isn't the absolute best. We're still getting the streaming rig here in the office up and running, but you know, I assure you things will get better as time goes on. You'll see, the MOBA Mastery has come together pretty solid. We think that, especially after the game comes out, that it's something that people are going to reference quite a bit. So, yeah, yes, Jeff does love you. You requested Felgrim, and Jeff's got a lot of love for you. He nods his head in a very stoic approval for you. He is, yeah, he is. I think it's safe to say that Mr. Jeffrey Olsen is easily one of the best Guardians of Middle-earth players in the world. And I'm in the top 100 as far as that goes. No, there's no split screen play for Guardians. It was actually designed from the very beginning with one player on one screen in mind. So it was really designed all around that from the very beginning.
I am injured.
So wow, the mid lane is really getting crazy. We've got Nick, Odie, and Mike really pushing Jeff right now, but again, he's going to be able to hold off against them pretty well. Looks like we've got Ori and Legolas pushing up against him right now, so it's going to be the easiest fight in the world, but he's hugging his tower well, and it seems like they just haven't been able to hold off against it very well. Jeff and Nick going to get into it right now. We've got, oh man, Ori's going to be able to push up a little bit, but he's hurting really bad. Jeff definitely has the advantage here. You can see here he's especially got those 2 hit points per second ticking really regularly, helping him out and yeah, getting him back to the fight. Though Ori is playing this really well despite being at what I would consider an advantage. And 2, you can see Jeff now swinging through one of those shrines. They capture really quickly, so it can become a pretty hotly fought for area. Jeff needs to kamikaze. Oh man, well, wasn't quite a kamikaze, but he went down. Yeah, he did his best to make it happen, but unfortunately then it wasn't quite working out. Describe the passives. There will be a lot more information on the passives soon. I imagine more so when the game comes out. Uh-oh. This is looking a little risky here in the middle again. Gandalf, he's one of the guys that we announced from pretty much the very beginning, he and Gollum, and Gandalf has a way of being able to hold up exceptionally well under pressure, and he has a way of getting up close and personal. His Gandalf's Might can really add up to do an awful lot of damage, and plus it holds someone down, so it can do a great job of comboing in with someone else to basically just take someone out almost entirely. And it looks like we've got Alex there playing A1 on the top. This top lane's getting pretty crazy. We've got a 3v3 happening up there, and we've got a couple pretty much all tacticians in the top lane for the team to the east, which is potentially going to make for some fun times. Looks like Jeff's going to do a little bit of flanking here. He's going to go and he suicides right on Gandalf. Unfortunately, it isn't able to take him out, but it does an awful lot of damage before he goes down.
Enemies will burn.
How does Gandalf feel when you play him? Does he feel good or is he twitchy? He feels, in my experience, every time I've played him, he feels really quite solid. He's definitely a Guardian that takes some learning. He's not going to be someone that you can just walk into a fight and just tear everyone to bits. But of course, to counterbalance that, he's also a lot more survivable than other Guardians, such as Flame of Menor can do a really great job of preventing you from getting killed if you run in too close to a tower. Anything unfortunate of that nature. He's pretty solid. I think he's one of the characters that most players, frankly, that are new with the MOBA genre at least will want to start off with, because I think he definitely is someone that has gameplay mechanics that people can glom onto pretty quick.
An ally has fallen.
The DLC itself isn't $30. It's if you get the game with the season pass at launch. It totals $30.
You have vanquished an enemy.
So if you buy the game with the season pass at the beginning, the base price is 15. But with 30, then you basically have the season pass to grab a whole slew of upcoming Guardians right as they launch. So you'll be ready to go from the very beginning. Yep, and Vidal's is correct. The launch date for PlayStation 3 is December 4th, and December 5th for the Xbox 360, which we very happily, once we got all the details hammered out, just got it announced today. Oh, goodness. Well, he was able to take out Mozgog there.
You have vanquished
things have been getting dicey for you pretty quick so far this game, Jeff. Yeah, it's been keeping really tight. So, also too, the scoring system, if you look at the top, it is neck and neck. It is 50 to 51. The first blood kill is worth 11 points, whereas every Guardian kill is worth 10. So that first kill is exceptionally important. And then every structure you take out is worth 50 points. So, you know, being able to really scramble together quickly in order rather to take out a tower, defend a tower is, you know, really important, especially as it gets later in the game and the towers aren't quite as daunting and threatening as they might be early on in the game.
Shrine control.
Yeah, but I see a lot of talk about PC stuff, and frankly, you know, we just wanted to make sure that we focused our efforts on making the best possible game, you know, for the console. We didn't want to fracture our attention. We spent a lot of time focusing on controls and making sure that we got it absolutely right and providing the best experience and, you know, a new competitive experience to folks that play on the console. So.
Shrine lost. An enemy has fallen.
This game is staying pretty tight. This top lane has just been an absolute madhouse so far. It looks like Jeff's going to try and go... No, not going to quite work out. So he's going to go up there and try and take out A1 there at the last second. It looks like we've got a pretty well-off Gandalf. Going to take off a few, or take on a few, but Jeff here is not going to be a fool to Eowyn. Looks like Gandalf's going to jump out, popping fireworks, possibly going to be able to get a couple kills here. He takes out Gothmog and Hildefon's there at the top, which was a pretty solid play by Gandalf, I would say, especially with Eowyn there, who, again, as a defender, she's pretty much going to be there to defend and help, or rather, support and help out her team as best she possibly can. So, two, you can see Jeff, as being the skilled player that he is going to go ahead and upgrade a tower while upgrading his abilities, as he grabbed a level there really quick. So. Let's see. BMAC asks, so is the main aim of the game to kill the other team or to focus on map control? Both, definitely. Both are equally viable in terms of points that you can get for your team should the timer run out. And additionally, you can also obviously win a game by going into the opposite team's base and, you know, killing their main fortress structure. So you can see here too, Jeff is going to take a moment to go ahead and upgrade his barracks and, you know, basically upgrade the soldiers in that lane. So just by virtue of, you know, going there and upgrading those soldiers without having anyone there at all, he's basically given his team a really solid advantage if it just comes down to soldier versus soldier. So when you're up duking it out as they are in the top lane, still you can see that on the map in the upper right corner. It puts them in a situation where now all of a sudden they've got to worry about the middle lane, for example, in a much different way. You can see Ori and Gandalf have gone ahead and made a transition down there.
Yes, gather to my blade. My blade.
Different races of soldiers is pretty much each side has its own specific race. So one side has, you know, basically humans that are going to go out and help out. I believe they're Easterlings, and then on the left side they have goblins that, you know, based on how you put them, some of them can be mounted and ride spiders, or the Easterlings can be mounted and ride wargs. It's pretty cool.
Shrine control.
No official word on anything regarding a beta. However, know that you will be able to get a trial version of the game for both Xbox Live and PlayStation Network when the game launches. So you'll be able to grab something straight away and at least give it a try. You know, by all means, try before you buy.
An ally has fallen.
So it looks like Jeff's going to do his best to hold down right here. He's going to do a little bit of jungling. He's got Agendaur pushing up from the bottom, doing an awful lot of damage. This tower's in a really tough spot, but it seems like these guys, we've got Legolas, Hildefons, and Felgrim here going to try and defend it, but unfortunately they're just not able to hold off Mosgog and Eowyn. Eowyn, again, doing a really great job here of helping out, you know, her teammate, and it looks like she's just slowly but surely getting burned down. It's not going to be enough. Jeff's going to do his best here to try and help out, but it looks like the East team is going to try and go ahead and push right back up in this middle lane. The West team is doing, frankly, some pretty impressive work here in the middle lane after dominating the top lane as well. Looks like Hildefons is on the run as well. And now Jeff is going to go ahead and check out some of the death screens. So you can see here, too, on the death screen, Jeff is going to go ahead and scroll through everything. You can see, for example, if you're just getting absolutely wrecked by someone, you can see exactly what's in the relic belt of the person that killed you, what abilities they used, so that way you can put yourself in a situation that will allow you to, fight that differently, whether it be this round or next round. You're armed at least with the information of knowing exactly how you ended up getting killed.
Shrine lost.
Jeff, do you know how big the game is as far as hard drive space? Yeah, about roughly 1.5 gigs. Scouser Doyle. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, it'll be roughly a 1.5 gigs.
An enemy has fallen.
Getting money in the game, well, you'll be able to see at the end of each round, you get a set amount of gold. You can use that gold to, based on whether or not you win or lose. You get, a set amount of gold that you can use to buy potions, relics, gems, guardians, whatever it is you want to. But yes, we did use, these are accounts that we're using mostly just for internal testing. So as you may have guessed, that we've given them quite a bit more gold than probably most folks will get. So yeah, 9.8 million is probably not what you'll see regularly. But Atomic Knight is right. There's no gold in the actual game itself. It's actually outside of the round. So when you finish a round, you will get gold on your profile.
Allied tower destroyed.
Man, this game has definitely fallen out of control of this East team here. Jeff is doing his best to fight him off, but it seems like holding back in the base a little bit is going to be helpful. You can see there in the top lane, actually the West team has mounted soldiers, which is, again, like, it's going to put them in a really strong advantage. Those soldiers will be able to charge and knock up the enemy soldiers, basically putting them in a situation where they can't do anything for a little while. In addition to that, they're a lot harder to kill than your regular run-of-the-mill soldiers will be.
Shrine lost.
See, Hildefons looks like he falls off. Ryan Fleeson, actually, we do have a release date. It'll be launching on December 4th for the PlayStation 3 and December 5th for the Xbox 360. So it'll be launching on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, so you'll be able to just hop out and grab it digitally pretty easily. James ECX, yes, there will be passive abilities on some Guardians, and there will be a lot more information, I'm sure, as launch comes closer on those. They're pretty intricate, so.
Shrine control.
Shadowfire, this is a game that we're focusing basically just on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network for, so we focused all our efforts, instead of fracturing it around, on making sure that this was the best possible experience you could get for a MOBA on console. So we spent an awful lot of time focusing on controls and making sure that everything is the best it could possibly be.
I am injured!
Allied tower destroyed. An ally killed a powerful creature.
Oh, it looks like the West team here, they had their team kill one of the powerful creatures. I believe it was one in the north, which is going to put them at a pretty strong advantage. I think that's the troll in the top, and he gives a structure damage bonus. Yep, so he will give a pretty solid structure damage bonus to everyone on that team, so they'll do a lot more damage to towers as they go and push them. But in addition to that, every tower on the field that belongs to the enemy will take, I think it's 50% damage? Yeah, okay, my mistake. The front tower that remains will take 50% damage, so it can be pretty strong. So those ones at the top and the bottom, you didn't get to see them go down, but most likely here in another game you'll be able to see it. They're pretty strong. You definitely have to approach them late in the game, and you have to also have, separately your teammates around. So it looks like the West team is going to go ahead and push into the base, pretty much bringing the heat to the East team in this game. The West team's going to continue to try and hold it off as best they can. Right now it's just Jeff and Tyler fighting them off, upgrading their towers frantically, though it seems like they've got the siege tower. They're taking out that plot upgrade in the bottom, so they're basically unable to create any more soldiers down at the bottom. And this is just not something that looks like it's going to end with the East team's victory. It's coming down to the wire, at least in terms of the time left in the game. There's only 2 minutes left. Felgrim's going to do everything he can to prevent this. That bottom tower of theirs hasn't fallen yet, and 2, if those towers aren't down, they can't take out the main fortress. So they definitely have to take those out before they can do anything. It seems like, man, Jeff is being put between a rock and a hard place right now, unfortunately. But he's got the fire in his eyes. Yeah. He's bringing it back. Next round, Jeff is going to be absolutely destroying everyone. I say that with certainty as well. And that's, I believe we wanted to see Ori next round.
An enemy has fallen.
I'm Easy D. This is Ori. Yo-Yo Man Sizzle also wants Ori. Yeah, I'm seeing. I think Ori's going to be our next choice. Damn super rifle, you're gonna have to see. I mean, we've spent a lot of time on the controls for Guardians of Middle-earth. We've got a couple different controller layouts as well. One for more experienced players, one from beginner players, and you know we find actually mostly as time goes on, people who are more experienced, we brought in professional MOBA players to check out the game and give us their feedback on it. And as time went on, they ended up playing with the more experienced player control scheme, and you know they gave us a ton of really great feedback that let us make the game even better. So I mean, definitely at least give the trial a try. There we go. So the left control stick as well will control where your character goes, and the right control stick will control where your aiming reticle is. So that'll give you more opportunity to aim. You can see Jeff there was twirling his control stick. It gives you more of an opportunity to point directly where you're going.
An enemy has fallen.
The respawn timer, actually, Felgrim has his ultimate will basically let him go and kamikaze on his opponents, and if he does that and he hits someone, it will drastically lower his respawn timer. So while most of the time the respawn timer will obviously go up as the game progresses, his allows him to spawn much more.
Defeat.
Alrighty, so you can see there at the end of the game he was able to pull down 100 gold and 50 XP for his profile. So checking out, looks like we have some pretty impressive scores there on the scoreboard. Alright, so he's going to go ahead too. He's checking out his loadout. So you can see here you can get several custom loadouts where you can put your potions, your relics, and get your belt all set up basically in a way that you want for different characters, different types of characters, different types of matches, whatever it might be. You can get yourself set up in several different ways. Yep, so we're going to go ahead and get queued up here for the next round. Jeff is going to go ahead and grab Ori, I'm hoping. Let's see here. Yeah, Fear No Darkness. This is definitely not an account that was leveled legitimately. We wanted to be able to show you guys everything. So right now we're aiming for 20 plus at launch. Alrighty. Shadowfire, there will be a trial at launch for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, so you can get a feel for it before you go ahead and make the decision on whether or not you want to play it more or it's not for you. Ryan, no official word at the moment on anything like that. But if there is, we will absolutely let you know right away.
Mosgog selected. Witch King selected.
Bring your axes and I'll bring my scrolls, and together we'll send the enemy packing!
Prepare
Looks
for
like we're getting ready
battle.
for a good time with Ori now. So we've got Witch King, Mosgog, Ori, Arathorn, and Thrain. The Thrain train getting ready to go ahead and fight off the enemy team. Let's see if hopefully Jeff can fare a bit better. He's gonna make some magic happen this time. I can tell he's got that sizzle. He's got that sizzle. That you were at the top, and you need to show these guys how it's done.
Yeah.
Lugbull will be one of the characters available at launch. Yeah, so you'll basically each week there will essentially be
Battle
some
started.
guardians that will be available, and you can place those ones that are available, and then there are others that
Soldiers
will be
have
locked,
joined the
and you
battle.
can by earning gold unlock guardians that yourself or for yourself permanently. So you'll be able to grab him at some point on your own.
Oh, I've
Alrighty.
read about you.
Shrine control.
We got Lugbull and Sauron fighting up here in the top. Oh man, so these fights at the shrines tend to get pretty intense so far. We've got Jeff doing everything he can to hold these guys off. Sauron and Lugbull going to be able to grab that top shrine, and Mosgog going to help out pretty much any way he can. Looks like Sean is going to maybe make a quick move towards the top, but not going to end up grabbing that shrine right at the moment. Going to basically just hug their towers. And Witch King making an appearance there in the top as well, but it looks like that may have been just a mistake. He pops his healing potion there right at the last second and doesn't go down to his tower, luckily for him.
Enemies have drawn first blood. Shrine control. Shrine lost.
Witness the strength of my words. I am hurt!
You have vanquished an
Your
enemy.
final page,
Shrine
Hester.
lost.
Is there only one map? Shadowfire asks. Sorry about that. I accidentally muted my mic briefly. There's a 3-lane map and a 1-lane map in Guardians of Middle-earth. So the 3-lane is kind of the traditional MOBA. Requires an awful lot of strategy and absolutely a lot of teamwork to go ahead and pull out a win on. But in addition to that, the 1-lane is essentially just an absolute knockdown, drag-out fight of craziness. Those matches are they're not ones that I personally fare well in. That's probably why we have Jeff actually playing in general.
An
He is
enemy
much
has
better than I
fallen.
am at Guardians. Yeah, let's do a. Would anyone be interested in seeing a 1-lane match next time around?
Test the mind.
Alrighty, looks like we have universal yeses for the 1-lane match next. So get ready for craziness. Well, we've got Jeff doing what he can to push up Azori as a tactician. He is. Pardon me. Yeah, my mistake. Sorry. Ori is an enchanter, so essentially the longer he stays alive and the more he's able to, basically stick in the fight, he will get much stronger as the match goes on. So each time he uses an ability, you can see there in the upper right-hand corner, Words of Wisdom is his passive, and so each time he uses an ability, his ability power goes up by 1. So, the longer Ori is able to stick around, he can really become obscenely powerful, especially kind of in the same way that the Galadriel can, where the longer she stays alive, the more healing she's able to do. So she can do a really great job of sticking out a fight and, you know, becoming essentially something like I've seen people play a Galadriel just obscenely well and tank almost groups and groups of people at a time. It's pretty impressive stuff. So if you're able to play these guys well,
Shrine
and, you know,
control.
capitalize on whatever survivability you can, it can really come
Enemy
down
tower
to making a
destroyed.
big difference as time goes on.
Oh, I've read about you.